Mark Carney back at the White House for the second time in 5 months, making another pitch to Donald Trump to drop his tariffs against Canada.
We're going to get the right deal for America, right deal, obviously, from my perspective, for Canada.
But so far, Carney hasn't reached any deal to bring relief to sectors hit hard by tariffs, like steel, aluminum, autos, and lumber.
Well, it's a complicated agreement, more complicated maybe than any other agreement we have on trade.
Trump joking about one way to solve it, his idea of Canada being a 51st state.
We're competing for the same business. That's the problem. That's why I keep mentioning one way to solve that problem is a very easy way.
Carney telling Trump Canada's willing to make big investments in the U.S. in return for what he wants.
Probably $8 trillion in the next 5 years if we get the agreement that we expect to get.
Trump offering hope a deal could come.
But I think they're going to walk away very happy. I think so.
And repeatedly asked why they haven't been able to reach a deal for months.
Is there anything that the Prime Minister has done that's making it more difficult or easier to reach a deal?
No, I think he's a great Prime Minister. I mean, he could represent me anytime. I will tell you, I'm not saying that because but he could be nasty. He could be very nasty.
If he's a great man and you want to do a deal with Canada, why aren't you?
Because I want to be a great man, too.
Thank you. Keep going.
The talks then moved behind closed doors as pressure built back home.
The Honourable Leader of the Opposition.
He made a massive $1 trillion concession before the deal was even signed.
If Prime Minister Carney can't get a deal, we have to start hitting back.
Carney's point person on trade emerging from talks, calling it a substantial discussion, but no deal on tariff relief yet.
It concluded with the President and the Prime Minister directing us to continue the conversation and to quickly land deals.
But asked when exactly will Canada land a deal, LeBlanc wouldn't say. Sources say the Prime Minister sat down for a working dinner with Vice President J.D. Vance Tuesday night, and Canadian officials plan on Wednesday to continue talks. Ashley Burke, CBC News, Washington.
And Katie Simpson joins us now from the White House. So, Katie, there does appear to be optimism, momentum, but it also feels like we've seen this before without a breakthrough.
Yeah, Canadians have seen this movie in the past, thinking that something is imminent, something is close, and then it just doesn't quite come together. The feeling in the Oval Office today was very similar to that first meeting between Prime Minister Carney and President Trump. They clearly have a decent personal relationship. They joke with one another. It's respectful. But while that is important, it hasn't led to any sort of significant breakthrough that perhaps those in the Prime Minister's office had been hoping for. Think about what's changed from that first meeting until now. There are more tariffs, there are higher tariffs, and there are threats of new tariffs. And in addition to the relationship seeming to be in a better place, Canada's made significant concessions. Think about the investments in border security, in defense spending, Canada getting rid of the digital services tax, lowering counter tariffs. All of those things meant to be goodwill measures. And so far, it hasn't resulted in any good things for Canada just yet.
So as the talks continue then, what's your sense of what Canadians should be watching for?
Going into next year, if there isn't some sort of major breakthrough, it's going to make the renegotiation of CUSMA, the Canada-US-Mexico deal, even more difficult. Trump is expected to use tariffs as sort of a threat and a tool to try and extract more concessions out of his trading partners, Canada and Mexico. And so it will take this already brutal situation, possibly twist it and make it even more difficult.
All right. Thanks, Katie. That's Katie Simpson at the White House tonight.